We're going to talk about mental health. Okay, it's very, very important. So, your mind is as important as your body, and we all have feelings, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so mental health is about how we feel, how we think, but most importantly, how we handle the stress. And that is the key. Okay, happy, sad, angry, worried, everything is normal. Like, even if you see it's almost coming to 6 o'clock in your place. So even if you just see today's day right from the beginning, you might have got on time, so you were happy, or you have missed the alarm and you were late, you might be sad. Then your car got stuck in traffic, or your bus got stuck in traffic, or the train wasn't working well, you were a bit anxious. Then you came to the place where you are studying, you saw your friend, you are happy. Then you saw a teacher whose lecture you didn't like, you were a bit sad. Then they ask you a question, you're sad again. You know, so we are all going through a roller coaster of emotions throughout the day. And that's absolutely fine. We all go through it. Okay. Growing up, that can be a problem because your body is changing, your hormones are changing, your mood is changing. Some of you might have become more sensitive, you might become easily upset or a wee bit confused because you are at an age like until you entered the college, mostly your parents or your teachers were telling you what to do, what not to do. Now you are at that age, a rebellious phase, that where you are questioning everything. You are forming your own views of the world. You are reading a lot, you are seeing a lot, you are discussing amongst yourself a lot. Yeah, and you might notice this because some of you might say what is happening in Gaza is right, or some of might say actually that's wrong, or what Trump is doing is right, or what Modi is doing is wrong. You know, any of these things, and you might see the changes in your friends, that when you were 15, 16, and what you are now, your view of the world is changing, and that can be a bit confusing sometimes. Okay, especially in your school, colleges, you got exams, pressure to do well, your homework, prepare seminars and lectures, peer pressure. The She has got 10 reels released yesterday, you got only one. You know, fear of disappointing your parents, teachers, and you're not feeling weak for feeling this way. Okay, we all feel overwhelmed every now and then. It is important how you deal with it. Okay, so what we call stress, that when you feel overloaded. Okay, so yes, you all got homework, yeah, or you all got some assignment, but some of you might be like, okay, I'll sort it out, or someone, oh my god, what is this? So your reaction is different. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, exams, and you had an argument with your friends, social media pressure. Okay, so small stress is absolutely fine, and actually that is beneficial because that's what makes you do better. Okay, because if you are not stressed about exam, you may not study well and you may not perform well. So a little stress, or you might be competing in certain exam or a sport. If you're not stressed about performing well, you're not going to practice enough. Yeah, so small stress is actually beneficial. The problem is when it becomes too much, and it sort of paralyzes you from doing anything or taking an action, or actually makes you feel far more overwhelmed and vulnerable. Okay, so these are the signs which mean that one needs help, that you're feeling sad quite often. As I said, if you look at your day, you might have felt sad, like you had an argument with someone and you just forgot about it and carried on. But if you're still thinking about it, oh my God, then probably that's not right. Or you're unable to sleep properly, you are not interested in your surroundings, you're crying often, you're feeling lonely even when you're surrounded by your close family members or with your friends, then you definitely need help. And that's why we say you talk about it, because talking does help. It makes you feel lighter, your problems feel smaller, you don't feel alone. Okay, I'll give you my example. Like I've been gynecologist for 24 years. I've operated on thousands of patients. And last week, I came across a very difficult case. So I had to call my colleague for help. We managed it. And then we talked about it. And then he said, oh, this is that. And then I realized, okay, I'm not the only one who had the same problem. But now I have the way to avoid it in future and deal with it in a better way. Okay, you can talk to your parents, you can talk to your older siblings, you can talk to your teachers or counselors. Okay, friends do matter. Okay, good friends, they listen to each other, they support to each other, they are kind with each other. If a friend is sad, you be that good friend who would listen, who would remain kind. And if you're worried about someone, do talk to adults. Okay, social media is quite hype nowadays. Everything is there. So, but you need to realize that this is not real life. Okay. Almost, I would go 99% is actually fake. Okay. Photos, videos are edited. The likes don't measure your worth. Okay. So just because someone got 10,000 likes and you got 10 doesn't mean you are less worthy or anything. Okay. You need to limit your screen time and wherever possible follow the positive content which actually helps you. Okay, these are some of my favorite images and you can see whatever you see is not entirely true or all the time it's true. So don't, you can have fun, you can enjoy it for that minute, but don't carry it with you. Okay, you need to sleep well. Sleep is very, very, very important. Okay, if you remember, whether you have a tablet or a laptop, what happens if you constantly use it? It gets heated. Okay, so same thing happens with your brain. If you're not giving it time to rest enough, it will get heated, you will feel tired, you won't function properly. The other important aspect of sleep is sleep helps your body to recover. During your sleep, your body is amazing. During your sleep, you might be asleep, your body is not. It is repairing your body. All the faulty cells are getting removed. Um, Only the healthy cells are allowed to grow. You're healing and everything. So if you're not sleeping well, this healing process is not done properly. And there are lots of papers which actually showed that workers who did majority of night shift work, they had a higher incidence of cancer. Okay. As we talked about earlier, eat healthy. You need to exercise minimum 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. Your heart, you should exercise or play in a way that your heart rate should increase by more than 50-60%. You need to talk about feelings. You need to maintain a diary. As I showed you in the app, there is a free text. Use it to maintain your diary because when you write it down, you will actually realize your problem is not that big. Let's say, for example, you had a fight with your friend. Now you're upset all day. You probably cried once or twice. Now, when you come home and when you find your peaceful place, start writing down what happened, and you will see actually it wasn't that bad, or the way you felt might have been a bit too much for what actually happened. Or you might say, actually, now I'm reading it myself, how silly it was to fight like that. Actually, it wasn't a bigger deal to begin with. Those sort of things. And it will help you to sort of unload your feelings. You need to take break from screens. And this is my favorite. It's called reflection and self-correction. So, as I said, that you are at an age where you are forming your own views of the world, you are forming your own opinions, you are forming political opinions, personal opinions, you're deciding about your careers and everything. And this is the one thing that is going to help you to be a better person and succeed in whichever field you choose. It's called reflection and self correction. So, whatever happened, which affected you. Let's say it's like your exam. Like you gave an exam, you expected more marks, but you didn't score well. Now you're going back looking at the answers, and what you're doing is you're reflecting, okay, what should I have written? How should I have written? Or did I miss something or not? Then to improve on that, what do I need to do? Yeah, so that's a reflection and self-correction. For example, you had a fight with someone or you had an argument with someone. Now you're reflecting that, okay, how did it start? Which words did I use? What was my tone? And now I realize, okay, probably it's not what I said, but it's the way I said that actually escalated the situation. So your self-correction will be, you will think before you speak, you will choose your words wisely, you will change the way you talk to certain people in certain situations. That becomes your self-correction mechanism. And this is a lifelong process. Okay, it never ends. I've been a consultant for 12 years. I've been a doctor for almost 30 years. It still doesn't change. It's an ongoing process, and that will definitely help you to succeed in whichever field you choose. Okay, so this is a breathing exercise I like to do with everyone. So if you sit upright, and what we are going to do is we are going to breathe in and count one, two, three, four. And you'll hold your breath for 2 seconds. And then you'll breathe out very slowly and we'll count up to 6 seconds. And we do this for 3 times. Okay? So let's start. Breathe in. One, two, three, four. Hold your breath. One, two. And now breathe out, counting up to six. One, two, three, four, five, six. Breathe in again. One, two, three, four. Hold it for two. One, two. And breathe out. One, two, three, four, five, six. One more time. Breathe in. One, two, three, four. Hold it for 2 seconds. One, two. And breathe out. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. So it's called mindfulness exercise. So whenever you find time, whether you are in classroom, whether you are at home, you need to do this every 2 to 3 hours or anytime when you feel overwhelmed. Because when you take a deep breath in, it sort of helps you to calm down and sort of control your emotions in a slightly better way. So that every couple of hours you need to do it. Okay. When to ask for help, that if the sadness is lasting for weeks, if you feel unsafe for because of any reason, if you feel scared, the worst is if you feel like hurting yourself. So nowadays there is a sudden rise amongst young adults with suicides and everything, and it's really sad because people need to understand that there is help available. Okay, and that's why I said that talking is very important. They are called intrusive thoughts. So when you write them down, you will realize that what you're thinking might not be terribly ideal. So if you feel that you have got those intrusive thoughts, or your friend, you're seeing them regularly, you notice any difference in their behavior, if you're worried about something, ask them to confide in yourself, or you confide in someone you trust, and then seek help, either your parents, their parents, or teachers or counselors. But please, please, please seek help. It's very, very important and it's available. Okay. You are very important. You matter. You're unique. You're valuable. Your feelings do matter. And asking for help is really brave. Okay. So don't feel that someone is going to judge you, or it is going to belittle you, or you will be a small person or anything. Asking for help is actually the bravest thing you can do. Okay, I still need help. I've been a consultant for 12 years. I do come across some difficult patients, and I do call my senior colleagues or my friends that I'm stuck with this patient. What do I do? So it's we all need it at some point. So just ask for it. Okay. So take care of your body as well as your mind. And if you ever feel low, talk, share, and ask for help. Okay. Thank you. It's a very good question. Okay. Now, see, there is a difference between an ambition and a bit of realism. So, a small amount of stress is always fine. Yeah. Let's say your ambition is to represent India at Olympics. Yeah. Let's say that, for example, which is fine, which is really good. Yeah. Now, let's say you want to represent India in Olympics in swimming. Yeah. Now, I can't even swim. Now, do you think that ambition is going to make me help or stressed?